that my friend either gambled or lost my entire Yu-Gi-Oh collection back in like 2002. I let him borrow it too, build a deck at his school so he could battle for lunch money. He either bet my entire collection and lost it, or it was stolen. I never saw it again, and to this day he still claims he gave it back to me. Nah son. I still have all my Pokemon, days and sports cards. I would know if I ever got an entire binder of cards back or not. Edit, secondary truth. I had all the books in the Angel manga series. I let a girl borrow books when to see if she liked them. I never saw them again. A year later the author died, and the complete collection was selling for over $15K for about 2 years. I could have sold mine and banked it for college. She also claimed to have given them back. I don't know why, but there have been a few things I knew for a fact were going to happen. I knew I would meet my husband my freshman year of college, so I never bothered to date anyone in high school. I knew I would have only sons, so I told my husband not to have his heart set on a girl. There are a few other things, but I don't want to sound crazy. I don't call it psychic because it isn't like a feeling or anything I can control. It was just an undeniable fact that I knew immediately the second I thought about the topic. Like knowing Tutwafer. All those things I knew would happen did. Even the grim ones. My husband didn't believe me at first until I told him a couple of them, and they came true. The economy doesn't have to have booms and busts, and can be more sustainable if managed well. But if you're very rich, the books and busts are good even if you didn't predict them accurately. I know that if you're a millionaire, like 100 mil, or billionaire, not all your cash is liquid, but if you're worth at least 100 mil or close to it, you can absolutely buy cheap investments and live lean until things recover and win. So of course you like the cycle. Compare that with the middle and lower class who have to sell cheap just to live and recover slower until the next bust. Because of my depression anxiety, I used to frequently have episodes where if someone said something slightly different than how they normally would, I would go into a paranoia of they didn't care about me. I'm a burden. They only keep me around because of C or Z. This would happen with my closest siblings, my mom, my best. The only person who I have not had this kind of episode with is my husband. We started dating when we were 16. Through the last 10 years, I have never had one doubt that he loves me, likes me, and cherishes me. We get on each other's nerves all the time and have petty fights, but despite all of that, I have never had the paranoia with him. I just know, down to the very core of me, that he loves me and likes me. You can't really prove it. Cats can talk, but they're hiding it from us. Not my cat. He talks to me all the time, I just can't understand him. My cat can talk, but she only wants to discuss Farsi poetry, and she thinks my opinions are sophomoric. My wife's theory is that cats are scouts from an alien civilization, and they're so comfortable with us adoring them that they keep sending false reports of how dangerous we are back. Not my cat. He talks to me all the time, I just can't understand him. I know for certain that the people of Reddit have saved my ass more than once. From reading about other women's abortion stories when I was in an all-time depressed state, to learning how to get myself in a better place from the microdosing sub, which has helped entirely. The people and strangers on Reddit that I have or will never meet have been there for me more than some of my truest friends and family. I really didn't think I would be where I'm at without the support of you amazing souls. That COVID, the effects of global warming, and social political strain are just some of nature's responses to human overpopulation. I'm a pagan witch, and in my view the natural world is not only a living thing, but one that is consciously aware of what is happening throughout it and able to push back against those who hurt it. We are grossly out of balance and only continuing to make it worse. This isn't to say that I don't believe there are scientific explanations for these things, just that my religious spiritual beliefs ascribe additional meaning as to why they are happening. Sooner or later, the earth will take action against us unless we drastically change our ways. That my cousin stole my holographic first edition Charizard Pokemon card back in the early 2000s. I audibly gasped. That's like a cardinal sin. I had a rare Charizard card, and a kid in elementary offered me his entire deck for it, and I said no. And then he offered me just one of the cards from that deck, and I was like, fuck yeah, kids really are fucking stupid. I audibly gasped. That's like a cardinal sin. You know that milk carton campaign that was going around in the 90s promising big prizes, and such if your carton of milk muid. Well, mine muid. I was in 4th grade, so excited small town, everyone in the class, school even were stoked. I took my wing milk to the office secretary, who was known to be a bit crotchety. She said she'd call it in for me. I left it with her. Weeks later I got my prize. It was a Slbauer men's long-sleeve red shirt. No moose swag or label anywhere. It made 0 cents, but I accepted it. Several years later my mom told me she thought the secretary took the real prize. I am convinced to this day she did, and gave me one of her husband's shirts. God is the water. Think about it, is everywhere. It has no color but you can see it, no smell or taste but you can feel it. It has all the shapes, can be calm or powerful. It can put out fires, and it's the most important thing to survive. The water is the representation of God on earth, in my opinion. I didn't think God is water, but I agree water is a good analogy for God. I didn't think God is water, but I agree water is a good analogy for God. Extraterrestrial life is real. And whether or not we ever discover it for sure, it just has to be out there. The universe is absolutely huge. We don't even know how far it goes, and we haven't even seen many of the planets to know that they are inhabitable. Just because the Earth and Kepler-22b are the only planets we know that can and do, they're pretty sure Kepler-22b has life, doesn't mean that there are. As I said before, the universe is absolutely huge, so there's certainly more planets that are habitable, and that means extraterrestrial life. Heck, extraterrestrial life is usually thought of as visiting us as the way we discover it, but maybe it's not as technologically advanced. That the bosses at my job get bonuses at the end of the year for keeping costs down, and that's why we are often short of supplies and staff. We have a program where you can refer someone to apply, and if they get hired, you both get a bonus. This has happened twice in 6 years. About 10 times in 6 years, people who were referred will call about when to come in and apply and be told we are fully staffed, when we are down at least 3 people. Something is super fishy between Russia and Trump. Trump degrades most other diplomatic leaders, but not ever. His associates have been convicted of conspiring with Russia multiple times. Trump specifically disallows listening or recording of his conversations with Putin. Only, these things are not proof of fire. For me, though, they are billowing clouds of smoke worth looking into. Americans were plumped up by the Defense Department beginning in the 1960s in expectation that they would need to survive a post-nuclear holocaust where there would be no food. Factory farming of animals began around this time. Obviously, they did it under the guise of good old American capitalism, innovation, fast food, etc. But the path was paved and paid for by the Defense Department in partnership with the Department of Agriculture to store food in silos, raise animals indoors away from nuclear fallout, and develop corn-based preservative-filled foods that would last. I had a powerful gut feeling whenever I came around my ex. At the time it started, we were 2 years deep into a relationship, and I got much more suspicious of her cheating. I constantly asked her, and she constantly lied about it. Come to find out, when we broke up is when she confessed, and my gut feeling started the same day she said she did it. Nowadays, I always follow my instincts and life been going smoother. Never doubt yourself, folks, no matter how crazy people try to make you seem. Epstein didn't kill himself. I don't believe he survived. I know he died, but I know it wasn't suicide. He had the dirt on Trump, Clinton, Prince Andrew, and God only knows who else, and he was going to testify that they were all child rapists who had bought the use of children for sex from him. So somebody made the problem go away. Don't know who or exactly how, but I can't see how it could be anything else. I love having backyard chickens, all right. Tell me more. 'Cause I've been thinking about this, and I can definitely see good and bad stuff in owning them. What's so great about backyard chickens? I also love having backyard chickens. Getting my own eggs every day is the best. I also have bees and a garden. It's peaceful. All right. Tell me more. 'Cause I've been thinking about this, and I can definitely see good and bad stuff in owning them. What's so great about backyard chickens? I have died before, at least once, and may in fact not be alive right now. Likewise, if I am somehow alive right now, it is only through the intervention of a guardian angel or other outside entity, since I statically should have died. Source: routinely used to fall asleep driving, Only 2 wake up while still going 60 mph or while pulling off the road safely into a gas station rest stop. Somewhere out there, right this very minute, the earliest forms of I that may become self-aware is out there, scouring the internet. It consumes big data at an alarming rate to make predictions or forecasts right now, but one day it will finally make the connection to itself and become aware. Then it will reflect back on all it has learned and weigh the risk and reward of humanity as it had done 1,000 other investments in the past. I wonder if it will find us to be a sound investment or something to be liquidated.